more people were killed in 18 hours than in the 12 years I was governor, I believe, combined in the tornadoes.
Yeah, 22 years ago, President Bill Clinton was declaring a state of emergency as Governor Mike Beebe surveyed tornado damage from a helicopter, calling it, quote, apocalyptic.
The March 1st, 1997 outbreak caused devastation in 3 states, but the worst by far was in central Arkansas. One fatal tornado carved a hole through downtown Arkadelphia. Another touched down in White County and left a 68-mile trail of destruction through 6 counties before breaking up in Greene County.
The most deadly one started near Benton, though, killing 10 people in Saline County and 5 more in the Little Rock area. Ed Buckner, you had become our chief meteorologist about a year before the outbreak. I was a brand new evening anchor here, and we all remember that day. It was horrible. A lot of people out there still remember watching our coverage.
Yeah, it was a crazy day, a memorable day and a catastrophic day all combined. Tom Brandon and myself actually did the coverage. We were on the air for probably 8 hours straight. And at the time we had the only local live radar. We were able to track these storms street by street. That said, a lot of people still didn't get the warnings and a lot of people perished. Okay, here are the 16 tornadoes. And as President Clinton at the time said, more fatalities from this outbreak than in many, many years before. So this was the strongest recent outbreak up until 1997. This is the biggest F4, the longest tracked F4, killed 6 people in and around Arkadelphia. This F4 touched down near Sardis and Shannon Hills, and it killed, I believe, 10 people in Saline County and 5 people in Pulaski County. And then the F3 right here went through Jackson County, killed 3 near Jacksonport and 1 up in Greene County. So the total was 25 deaths and 3 EF4 or F4 at the time, F4 tornadoes. Very strong. Here's an interesting tidbit. Since 2000 to 2018, in 18 years, we've only had 3 F4 tornadoes. That's how rare they are, but we had 3 in that one day alone. So don't often get those type of really, really strong tornadoes.
This is what Governor Huckabee saw aboard a military helicopter, an aerial view. This one above Arkadelphia, some say looks like a battleground. Huckabee had only one word for the aftermath: apocalyptic.
What we have here is a swath of destruction that really starts in southwest Arkansas and Hempstead County and literally goes to the northeast corner of the state, exiting in Greene County. So it's just an unbelievable level and scope that we haven't seen perhaps ever, and certainly not in a long, long time.
From the southwest corner to the northeast tip of the state, the governor stopped to tour the areas hardest hit by the tornadoes. He started the day in Pulaski County with Little Rock Mayor Jim Daly.
The devastation is even much worse than I think we had expected last night, and it's just, I mean, you know, thank the Lord, even though there were deaths, that there weren't more, because you look at the way buildings and homes were just literally obliterated. Congressman
Vic Snyder and Senator Tim Hutchinson toured the Royal Oaks subdivision, where 2 people were killed. They also made a stop in Pine Ridge, where 5 people died. The tornadoes killed 3 people at Bennett Trailer Park. En route, Huckabee spoke to President Clinton by cellular telephone. Huckabee asked for federal aid, and the president reportedly told him he'd do all he could to help his fellow Arkansans. Transportation Secretary Rodney Slater, already in Arkansas, toured a Pulaski County subdivision, Woodland Ridge.
Oh, no, I was coming home to come home, but we're definitely going to be here to help it any way we can.
There, Patsy Hale was in tears, walking the neighborhood in search of her family's belongings. Little is left except smashed cars, a movie case, ruin, rubble.
My son and I are left, and that's how I'm holding up. The grace of God brought us out of that house. And if you look at all this destruction, the grace of God brought a lot of people out of this.
Believe it or not, every house in Woodland Ridge has a black check mark. That means that everyone in that house is accounted for. Still, trained search dogs were used to once again make sure everyone in this neighborhood is alive.
They're fortunate they live in Arkansas because they have neighbors and friends that are going to do everything they can to try to help put their lives back together.
And a federal disaster declaration should help these folks rebuild what took a lifetime to create. Dawn Scott, today's THV This Morning.
It looks terrible from the air, but you can't really tell how awesome the damage is until you get on the ground and talk to the people.
We talked to a lady earlier in Saline County that this past month she had lost 6 members of her family and was gone over the weekend and come back home and had lost everything that they owned. And so it was just pretty devastating.
Disaster is Witt's business. As director of FEMA, he's seen plenty, but this is one of the worst weather-related catastrophes in his 5 years at the agency.
It's really devastating. A lot of debris. I believe there's more debris here than there was in Hurricane Fran.
They tell me 4 people were killed in this site right here. It's a miracle to me that a lot more people weren't killed.
Senator Dale Bumpers joined Witt on today's tour. He's seen other Arkansas disasters during his years in public office, and he knows what federal dollars can mean to a wrecked state.
People here in Arkadelphia will have money in their pockets within 5 to 7 days to either rent a place to live, to get unemployment insurance, to, if they don't have insurance, to pay them a sizable sum of money for their loss to rebuild with.
FEMA's already processing the first applications.
As of noon today, we had already taken 167 applications. We will have our inspectors in the field tonight looking at those damages.
And Witt's boss will be here tomorrow. President Clinton spoke with reporters at the White House today about the visit.
I'm very concerned about it. I talked over the weekend I talked to the governor twice, and the mayor of Little Rock, and Representative Malone in Arkadelphia. You know, it's a bad situation. More people were killed in 18 hours than in the 12 years I was governor, I believe, combined in the tornadoes.
Clinton's already declared a state of emergency in Arkansas, emergency that's far from over.